What if I told you Earth isn't the best place to live? Out there in the vastness of space, scientists have found exoplanets that might be even more habitable than our own. Planets with endless oceans, glowing red skies, and maybe even alien life. But could we ever move there? And what if something is already calling them home? Stick around as we explore 8 exoplanets that could be more habitable than Earth. Kepler 452b. Imagine a planet that's been chilling in the habitable zone for 1.5 billion years longer than Earth. That's Kepler 452b, often called Earth's cousin, and for good reason. It's about 60% larger than our planet, meaning gravity would be slightly stronger, but hey, that's just an excuse to get those intergalactic gains, right? Now here's where things get interesting. Kepler 452b orbits a sun-like star, and it's smack dab in the Goldilocks zone, the region where liquid water could exist. You know what that means? This planet might have rivers, oceans, and maybe even life. Scientists believe its atmosphere could be thicker than Earth's, making it better at trapping heat, so, technically, it could be even more habitable than our home. But there's a catch. It's 1,400 light-years away. That's so far that if aliens from Kepler 452b watched Earth through a super telescope, they'd be seeing the year 624 AD right now. Wild, right? So, could we ever move there? Well, unless we figure out faster-than-light travel, it's not happening anytime soon. But Kepler 452b is proof that planets like Earth exist out there. Kepler 442b. What if I told you there's a planet that might actually be more habitable than Earth? Meet Kepler 442b, a super-Earth located 1,206 light-years away. It's about 33% larger than Earth, meaning it has more room for potential life, bigger oceans, and maybe even thicker forests if life exists there. Now here's where things get mind-blowing. Scientists say Kepler 442b scores higher on the habitability index than Earth itself. Why? Well, first, it orbits a much cooler and longer-lasting star, meaning life there could thrive for billions of years more than on Earth. Plus, its position in the habitable zone is almost perfect, meaning it gets just the right amount of sunlight to support liquid water, a key ingredient for life. And get this, since Kepler 442b is rocky and not too big, its gravity would be similar to Earth's. No weird bone-crushing forces or moon-like jumps. If humans ever made it there, we might actually feel at home. But there's a catch because of course there is. It's super far away, making travel almost impossible with today's tech. But who knows? Maybe one day future explorers will land on Kepler 442b and find something waiting for them. Kepler 62f. Imagine a planet 40% larger than Earth, orbiting a distant star 1,200 light-years away. Now picture it covered in vast oceans, endless clouds, and maybe even alien islands. That's Kepler 62f, one of the most promising exoplanets for habitability, and possibly life. What makes Kepler 62f so special? First off, it's in the perfect spot, the habitable zone of its star, where temperatures could allow liquid water to exist. And here's the wild part. Scientists believe it might be a water world, a planet almost entirely covered by oceans, stretching for thousands of miles in every direction. Imagine deep, dark waters hiding unknown creatures, or maybe even intelligent life swimming beneath the waves. But here's where it gets eerie. Kepler 62f orbits a much cooler, dimmer star than our Sun. This means its daylight might be soft and red, casting long shadows over its endless seas. It also means that, if any life exists there, it might have evolved very differently from what we know. Could we live there? Possibly. If it has land, or if we build floating cities, Kepler 62f could be humanity's ultimate oceanic escape. But one thing's for sure, if something's already lurking in those waters, we might not be alone when we get there. Kepler 186f. What if there was a planet just like Earth, but with a red sky and an alien sun? That's Kepler 186f, the first ever Earth-sized exoplanet found in a star's habitable zone. If we could visit, it might feel eerily familiar, yet totally alien. Kepler 186f is about 500 light-years away, and is almost exactly the same size as Earth. That's rare. Most exoplanets we find are either way too big or too small, but this one? It's just right. And because it's in the habitable zone, temperatures might allow liquid water, meaning life could exist there. But here's the twist. Kepler 186f orbits a red dwarf star, not a sun-like star like ours. So what does that mean? Well, the sky wouldn't be blue, it would be red or orange. The plants, they might not even be green. Scientists believe that on planets around red dwarfs, plants could absorb different kinds of light, making them black, purple, or even blood red. Imagine walking through an alien jungle under a dim reddish sky. Spooky, right? The biggest challenge? Red dwarfs are notoriously violent, throwing out powerful solar flares. If Kepler 186f doesn't have a strong atmosphere, it could be a dead world. But if it does, it could be the most Earth-like planet we've ever found. TRAPPIST-1e. Alright, imagine a planet the same size as Earth, in the perfect spot for life, part of a system with not one, not two, but 7 Earth-like planets. Welcome to TRAPPIST-1e, one of the most exciting exoplanets ever discovered. TRAPPIST-1e orbits a red dwarf star, just 40 light-years away, which in cosmic terms is practically next door. It's almost the exact size and mass of Earth, meaning gravity would feel normal, and if it has an atmosphere it could hold on to liquid water. That's huge. Scientists even believe TRAPPIST-1e might have an Earth-like climate, making it one of the best candidates for habitability. Now here's where things get weird. A year on TRAPPIST-1e is only 6 days long. Yup, 6 days. That means its star looks way bigger in the sky than our sun does, and days might last forever, literally. Because of a phenomenon called tidal locking, one side of the planet always faces the star, while the other is stuck in eternal darkness. The best place to live? Right on the twilight zone where light and dark meet, creating an eerie, endless sunset. Could we move there? If TRAPPIST-1e has an atmosphere and water, it might just be the best place for humans outside our solar system. Proxima Centauri b. If Earth ever becomes unlivable, where do we go? Well, Proxima Centauri b might be our best shot. Why? Because it's the closest exoplanet to us, just 4.24 light-years away. In cosmic terms, that's practically next door. If we develop ultra-fast space travel, this could be humanity's first real chance at colonizing another planet. So what's it like? Proxima Centauri b is about 1.3 times the mass of Earth, and orbits in the habitable zone of its star, meaning it could have liquid water. Scientists believe it's rocky, which makes it even more promising. But here's the weird part. A year here lasts only 11 days. Yup, the planet whips around its star way faster than Earth does, but there's a catch. A big one. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf, and not just any red dwarf, it's a wild one. It throws out violent solar flares that could strip away an atmosphere. If Proxima b doesn't have a strong magnetic field, it might be a barren wasteland instead of a second Earth. Still, the fact that the closest star to us has a planet that could support life, that's huge. If we ever get serious about interstellar travel, Proxima Centauri b might just be our first stop. LHS 1140b. If Earth ever becomes uninhabitable, we might need a backup planet, one that's big, rocky, and stable. Well, meet LHS 1140b, a super-Earth that checks a lot of those boxes. It's about 1.6 times the size of Earth, but here's the kicker, it's 6.5 times heavier. That means it's dense, possibly packed with metal and rock, and could have a strong atmosphere, a crucial ingredient for life. LHS 1140b orbits a quiet red dwarf star about 40 light-years away. Unlike many red dwarfs that blast their planets with deadly radiation, this one seems calm and stable, giving life a much better chance. And the best part? It sits right in the habitable zone, meaning if it has an atmosphere, liquid water could exist on the surface. But here's where things get really wild. Because it's so massive, its gravity would be nearly 3 times stronger than Earth's. Walking there would feel like you're wearing a 100-pound backpack at all times. That means any life that evolved on LHS 1140b would likely be short, stocky, and incredibly strong. Imagine hulking alien creatures adapted to their high-gravity world. Yeah, we're definitely not arm wrestling them. Could humans survive there? If we can handle the gravity, LHS 1140b might just be one of the most promising exoplanets for colonization. But what if someone's already there? Wolf 1061c. Imagine a world 4 times the mass of Earth, sitting in the habitable zone of its star, where temperatures could allow for oceans, forests, and maybe even alien civilizations. That's Wolf 1061c, an exoplanet just 14 light-years away, one of the closest potentially habitable planets we've ever found. Now, here's where things get really strange. Wolf 1061c orbits a red dwarf star, which means its sky might be bathed in an eerie red glow, making everything look surreal. And because it's so close to its star, it might be tidally locked. one side forever scorched in daylight, the other trapped in eternal darkness. The only livable area, the twilight zone, where day and night meet, creating a never-ending sunset. But there's a mystery. Scientists believe Wolf 1061c may have gone through a greenhouse effect like Venus, meaning it could be a steaming, uninhabitable wasteland. Or, it might be just right with a thick atmosphere and liquid water, we just don't know yet. Could it support life? Maybe, if it has a stable climate and an atmosphere thick enough to shield it from deadly solar radiation. Wolf 1061c could be one of the best places for us to settle outside our solar system. So could one of these exoplanets be our next home, or are we truly alone in the universe? As technology advances, we're getting closer to answering these questions. But until then, the possibilities are endless. Which of these exoplanets fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you love exploring the future of science and space, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to InnoVision Tech.